Emulate the taste of like non-chicken nuggets. So these nuggets are made from chicken, but they're made to emulate the taste of non-chicken nuggets. Dope.
Oh, that's much better.
Edit all the blather out of your videos because my time is very precious.
Oh, that's fire.
Make it less teal and more
cerulean? Sure.
Replace your background with something more fun? The cold void of outer space.
Let's boost that sound quality. Emulate the taste of non-chicken nuggets. Emulate the taste of non-chicken nuggets. Dope.
It needs more style. It needs more clips, more gifs, more. Well, I might have made it too gnarly.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to How to Power Your Training Videos with AI and Avatars. I'm Christiana, Community Manager here at Descript, and I'm joined by our amazing Product Marketing Manager, Al. Al, how are you doing today?
I'm doing really
Great.
well. Thanks for having me. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. I'm very excited that you are here talking to us about these AI features, avatars, because you have been the person who has led us launching these features over the last year. You're sort of the leader on avatars, AI translation, all of this stuff. So who better than to lead our demo today? Thanks for joining.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Excited to dig in.
Me too. And this will be fun because we're not just focusing on one single AI feature. We're going to show how to use a whole host of Descript's AI stuff to help make training videos. So this is a great event for learning and development professionals, sales enablement folks, or anyone who is trying to make educational video, training videos, how-to videos. So like we make those as marketers. Marcelo, who's on our support team, is in the chat today. He makes training videos. So it's going to be pretty applicable to everybody. And we're going to be showing off some new features. So it's going to be fun. So yeah, let me share my screen and we will get this party started, as they say. Cool. They do say that. Okay, let me go full screen here. Oh, that's not right. Here we go. Cool. Okay, that's still not quite right, is it? I just moved, and so I'm still getting used to my sort of work from home setup. So bear with me. Both Al and I have just moved. So if you see blank walls behind us today,
That is why.
Yes, that's sort of what's happening, and we appreciate you for bearing with us. But okay, so here we go. This is our agenda for today. So we're going to do some quick intro slides to sort of frame our discussion. Then we're going to turn it over to Al, and she's going to give us a demo of all of the features we're going to talk about today and show us how to make some training videos. And then we'll do live Q&A, as we always like to do. So throw your questions in the chat. These are the features you are going to add to your toolkit today. Descript's AI features. Number one, Underlord, your AI co-editor. Underlord has recently been reborn and is now available for everyone to use in beta. So we'll show you how to do some stuff with Underlord today. Next, we'll do some stuff with AI avatars, which we just launched, a month and a half ago or something, Al? They're still pretty fresh.
Just about, yeah.
Cool. So I'm excited to check those out. Stock AI speakers, which live inside of the Descript app. Descript's AI video maker, which is also pretty new. I'm excited to see that in action. And then some AI translation stuff. We'll show that as well. So you can translate your content into multiple languages, even if you do not speak those languages. It's pretty awesome. Woohoo! Before we jump into that intro discussion, though, just some event FYIs for you. So use the YouTube chat or wherever you are watching this, that chat, for your comments and questions. As I said, Marcelo, our wonderful support manager, is hanging in the chat today. And so he will answer those questions and will send us the good ones to bring up for Q&A, though all questions are good and there's no such thing as a bad question. So don't be shy. This session is recorded. We're going to send it in a follow-up email. And if you need more help, help.descript.com has amazing articles and tutorial videos for everything we'll be covering today. So head over there for more help. I love to share this at the beginning. We love to get feedback on our events. It makes them stronger. We do a couple events each month, and we always want to make them better and better. So please give that a scan. I'll also send it in the follow-up email and bring this up later, but we would love your feedback after the event today. Okay, great. Okay, let's do a couple quick slides out, just like to frame your demo, if that sounds good to you.
Yeah, sounds great.
Okay,
Let's
cool.
do it.
So as we said, this is a great event for learning and development folks because they make a lot of training videos, a lot of educational videos, but really for anyone that is trying to teach people something or educate someone with their video content, these are the main use cases we've heard from people. So training and educational videos, micro-learning clips, so sort of like mini lessons, I would guess, repurposing webinar recordings, and then tutorial and how-to videos. So folks in the chat, let us know which or how many of these, which ones you are most interested in making with Descript. And Al, maybe you could tell us, like, out of your, big on L&D folks using Descript, what are your thoughts on these use cases? Do you see one being like a main thing, or what are you noticing patterns wise?
Yeah, so typically the tutorial and how-to videos, I'd say, lean more customer education and maybe sales enablement. Some learning and development folks do create those tutorials, and how-to videos are something like where you have like a screen share. You're trying to get someone to make take a very particular action, and so it's very
Sorry.
oh, nice. It's very
I found the button, everybody.
Yay! So tutorials and how-tos are very direct and to the point. They kind of are showing you how to take a single action. And then training videos are basically pre-recorded, trainings that are, more conceptual and have kind of like a more complex topic that you're trying to educate about. Whereas webinar recordings are obviously very similar, but they're just recorded live meetings. And then so I would say kind of like webinar recordings and training and educational videos are quite even. And then either of those can be turned into micro-learning moments. So micro-learning is like a newer, correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, but it's kind of like a newer thing that we've been talking about in the L&D space about just creating these like smaller learning moments that can fit more nicely into a learner's environment, rather than watching like an hour-long, course or training or whatever. So it just kind of like meets the learner where they're at a little bit more, makes the learning a bit more digestible.
Cool.
So
totally. Yeah. That makes sense. Well, some folks are responding in the chat saying they're making those micro-learning clips, a lot of number 1s and number 4s. Some folks said tutorials, repurposing podcast clips. That's awesome. Terry said 1, 2, 4, and 3. That's right. All of them.
Terry's going hard.
And then there's some folks typing in the chat too, like, I'm doing guided meditations, I'm doing marketing advertising videos. Even if you don't see your number on here, we're going to show you some workflows today that will totally help with your use case. It's a little bit geared towards L&D, learning video stuff, but you're going to get something out of this event. Trust. Okay, cool. And then thinking about these use cases, what are your biggest pain points for making more videos like this? So again, let us know in the chat. We surveyed our users and also just the industry at large. These are sort of the patterns we see that are keeping people from making more video. So making videos takes a lot of time that I don't have. I relate to that. It can be time consuming. And if you are wearing a lot of hats or doing a lot of other stuff, it can be hard. 2, creating good video is hard. Raising that quality bar. Maybe the marketing team is putting out this fancy content and I'm making video too, and I can't quite hit that yet. We'll be talking about that today. 3, a lot of learning content. We get new information we need to add, but updating and or re-recording video is time consuming. And then number 4, the learning curve is too high. I don't know if anyone here has ever opened up Adobe or anything like that, and felt frozen with fear at all of the buttons. But making video is a hard thing to do. So, Al, which of these pain points do you most identify with?
I think creating good video is hard. I feel like there's so many things that you need to add to a video, especially nowadays with, everyone's on social media, and people who are creating content for social media are really good at what they do. And so whenever I am creating a video for like internal purposes or external purposes, I'm comparing the video that I'm creating to like my favorite content creator who has like 100 million followers on TikTok or Instagram or whatever. And yeah, it's just so hard. Like, I'm not a video expert. I don't know when to add background music and what like vibe that music should have, and how to like create interesting layouts and all that good stuff. And so yeah, I get really in my head about creating good video and making it look really professional and polished.
Totally. So fair and relatable. Folks in the chat are sort of all over the board here, which totally makes sense. I think in my video journey, I have felt all 4 of these at some point. But we're in luck today because we are going to put these pain points to the test with some AI features and workflows today. So Descript AI will help you save time, make more video faster, improve your quality, and lower that learning curve so you feel confident doing this stuff. So those are my slides for today. And I am going to pass it over to you, Al, to get this demo started, if that sounds good.
Beautiful. Yes. So just a heads up, we have a lot of different workflows we're going to be showing you. So I'll be kind of doing some screen sharing, zhuzhing as we go along. So bear with me for that. But the first thing that I wanted to talk to y'all about was creating a video from scratch really quickly using AI. And y'all can see my screen, right?
I'm seeing it.
Cool. Unclear. I don't remember if I shared audio, so maybe we'll need to go back and reshare. But for now, we're just going to go with it. So I wanted to show y'all something called our AI video maker. And this is a Descript homepage. If your homepage doesn't look exactly like this, it's probably because you haven't opted into the beta of our new Underlord. But either way, you will have on your home screen here something called the AI video maker, this button. And this maker is really incredible. I'm going to click in here, and what I can do is upload a file. So if I have an audio or video file, I can generate from a prompt. So create a video just from a prompt or paste in a script. If I have a really clear idea of what I want my video to say and like the data and, learning points that I want to get across, pasting in a script is a really good way to go. Today, I'm just going to generate from a prompt. So that means that the video maker is going to create the the script. It's going to create all the visuals for me. It's going to put it into nice, pretty layout. And it's just going to be a polished video from the beginning. And what I am going to do is ask it to create a video about mastering data analysis in Excel for beginners. And you can see here we have some other like prompt ideas. So going to hit continue here, and I get to choose if I want an avatar or not. I'm going to say yes, and I'm going to choose one of our realistic avatars here. I favor this woman.
Cool.
And I'm going to we have a ton of stock AI voices that you can use to choose which one you want to voice over. Let's see, actually,
Life is like a camera. Just focus on what's important.
Sounds great.
Could you hear that
Yes.
sample? Beautiful. Okay, yeah, Elizabeth is one of our internal favorites, so I'll just play
capture
her
the
real
good
quick.
times, develop from the negatives, and if things don't work out, just take another shot.
Yeah, her voice is just so emotive, and we really like it here at Descript. So I've got my avatar, I've got my speaker, and as you can see behind me, the video maker is already working. It's already created a script for me, which is amazing. Now, this is where I can add in my visuals. I can either choose AI generated media or stock media. I kind of think stock media looks more professional, but I really would love to show y'all what the AI generated media looks like. So I'm just going to choose one of these styles here and click continue. And then it's going to generate for me. So I'll just give it a few minutes. And if it takes too long, I have a pre-made one that we can jump to.
Could I hit you with a question while we let it load?
Please.
So you showed
Absolutely.
us picking out a stock AI speaker. We have a ton in the Descript app, but someone in the chat, D Green, asked, can you use a custom voice with the avatar? Could you pick your own AI speaker?
You can. It's not in the video maker's UI, but I can show you after this video is created. You can go in and switch the voice to your custom voice if you would
Awesome.
like.
That is great to know.
Yeah.
Sweet. And then should I hit you with another question, or do you think it'll be okay? Cool.
Yes. Yeah. Hit me with another question. And then if after that question, I might jump to a different
Perfect. Cool.
approved.
Sweet. So then Amy Blakemore asked, can generating via AI take into account your brand guidelines?
Great question. We are actually working on something called Brand Kit. And actually, that's a lie. I think it's called Brand Studio. And that will help Descript understand your brand guidelines. What I would actually say here is I'm just going to show you real quickly. If you haven't already played around with Underlord, our new, I don't know why I did that. Our new agent, it has the capacity to be able to update the script, update your visuals based on the brand guidelines that you give it. So you can just type here. I'm not going to type anything because I don't know what your brand guidelines are, but based on this, you can ask Underlord like, hey, can you update this video and make it more closer to my brand guidelines? And then like you can say my brand guidelines are X, Y, and Z.
Love it.
And then Underlord will do that for you.
Yes.
Yeah. Alrighty, let me see if that generated. Oops. Listen. Okay, that's still generating. So I'm going to stop sharing and go to a different tab just to show y'all the. Okay, great. Y'all can see
Yes.
this? Cool. So I'm actually here. I'll show you right now. This is the speaker label here. And what you can do is go to, you can like add a speaker to the project, which is this one. And then it should, there we go. So this is my custom speaker named Alessandra because that's my full name. And as you can see, it's like generating the AI speech, which I guess maybe I shouldn't have done that because now we have to wait for this to load before I can play the video.
No worries at all. Maybe while
I wonder if I can maybe see this. Yes. Okay, beautiful.
cool.
Okay.
Saved by the bell.
Sorry, don't want to make y'all wait too long while all this stuff loads. But here, so this is the fully created video from the AI video maker. I'm just gonna hit play here. Oh, it's just generating it.
But really quick, while you're you just hit that Command Z, but just want to call out, we just added an undo button in the top. If you look at the top next to the hamburger menu over on the left, we now have a handy dandy, which has been a
Undo
huge
button.
feature request. So just flagging that for folks.
Oh, nice. I love that. Okay,
Welcome
let's
to our
play this.
tutorial on mastering data analysis for
Shoot, the avatar isn't generated. Okay, listen, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna generate this avatar. Actually, this one might be better now. Listen, I'm sorry,
it's
y'all.
all right.
I should have thought a little bit more harder about this. Okay, generating here.
Cool.
The other one is 66%. So anyway, I'm going to stop sharing and we can move on to a different use case. Do you think that's probably the best option? And then we can kind of come back to the AI video maker?
Yeah, I wonder, that sounds good. And I feel like we've kind of mentioned a couple things without digging into them really quick. So maybe you could open a project to talk about Underlord a little bit more, just to like explain, we can explain it from the beginning. And then also maybe just like you could talk about like why people want to use avatars in the first place, and that sort of thing.
That is a great idea. Okay, so I will pull up here. This is my Underlord demo project. Okay, can y'all see this?
Yes.
Great. So what I did here is I took our season 9 event, which I don't know if y'all attended or not, and I imported it straight from YouTube with the YouTube import link. And what I did is I asked Underlord, I said, hey, can you please like update this video to make it better? I just typed right in here and I said, let me do that right here. I said, can you update this video to make it look better? And then as you can see, it's like an hour long. And I think an hour is too long. So, and I'm also going to ask it to condense the video to the most important parts. Don't use any screen sharing layouts. Please.
Nice.
Cool. So this is Underlord. Underlord is thinking, and the great thing about Underlord is you really can ask it something like, can you make this video look better when you have a webinar recording? And Underlord will do that. As you can see, it kind of is telling you like its plan of action. So I've reviewed your video and now I'm going to visually upgrade it and I'm going to condense the script. And I'm like, okay, that's good. That's exactly what I asked for it to do. You know, Underlord is still in beta, so we just want to make sure that it's understanding the request. So it's good to read over that. And then you can see it's like reading the script, and then it'll add scene boundaries, and the end result is this right here. So we have like a condensed to 48 minutes. And it chose like the best parts, most important parts of the webinar to do.
So awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Everyone can think of Underlord as their like AI co-editor, and it lives in the app. So you don't have to edit alone if you don't want to. You can pick the tasks like repurposing a webinar into clips or removing filler words that you want to give over to AI to save yourself time and to streamline your workflow. So this is a really good use case for Underlord. Yeah. Sweet.
Definitely.
Al, maybe we should show really quick how to turn Underlord on for folks that want to try it out over in Labs.
Definitely. Okay, so settings, right?
Yes.
So you go to the hamburger menu and you click on settings. And then
Labs down at the bottom.
in this section, there's a section called Labs, and there's something called New Underlord Beta, and you can toggle that on. And when you toggle it on, you are able to use Underlord.
Yeah, definitely give it a try, folks. As we said, it's in beta, so it's only going to get better. And yeah, let us know what you think. Your feedback will really help us. But sweet.
Yeah, and as
Okay.
you can see, Underlord is still working here, creating scenes, all that good stuff. Okay, if y'all don't mind, I'm gonna hop back to the AI video maker because we have a finished avatar.
Okay.
Really sorry about the wait there.
No worries. That's what doing things live is all about. So
yeah. All right, so this is the video that we created from scratch, just from a prompt.
Welcome, everyone. Today, we're diving into the world of data analysis using Excel. If you're new to Excel or just looking to sharpen your skills, you're in the right place. Data analysis is a powerful tool that helps business.
So as you can see, they created, or the video maker created a great script. It actually is, welcome everyone. It's actually quite a personable script. And then the avatar has, a green screen background. It applied layouts. Let me show you here some of the visuals.
Then we'll move on to more advanced features such as pivot tables, charts, and formulas. First, open Excel and
then let me do another one that has some visuals so you can see the AI generated.
By the end of this tutorial, you'll have a solid understanding of how to use Excel for data analysis.
This one's cute.
Remember,
why did it look like me? So funny. Also, folks, I just want to flag if you're hearing that voice and it sounds a little like choppy or chipmunky, that is not the avatar. It's when we're streaming live. Sometimes when we share our screen on Descript, there's like some audio artifacts that get messed up. So maybe we can show a published thing later, but it actually sounds like that avatar we talked about earlier. So don't think you're going to get Alvin and the Chipmunks when you use this. This is just a live event thing.
Cool. Yeah, so with the AI video maker, it's really amazing because it creates literally a completely polished video for you in just a few minutes. Obviously, there's a little bit of wait time, as we saw, creating the avatar and generating the script and creating all the visuals and imagery and all that good stuff. And if you don't like the AI generated images, you can do the exact same thing, but choose B-roll instead. And this is just a really great tool. Even if you don't like, the visuals or you want to update the script, it's so great to have a starting place so that you can update and you're not the one doing all of these little things like clicking the buttons to add captions and like doing a slash for a new scene and making all these little micro decisions that just get kind of overwhelming after a while. It's so great to use the AI video maker to just, have something that's like really polished to then just like tweak and update and work from. And what you can do is after you have created the video in the AI video maker, and let's say I think it's a little too short. I want to add in a bit more information here. I have some opinions about like maybe like next steps or some directions that I want like my learners to action on. What I can do is I can go into write mode here, and because this is an AI voice, all I have to do is click in here, and I'm going to start typing. So I'm going to say after this lesson, please take the quiz in our LMS in order to confirm completion. Then do the learning tasks in the next module. Something like that. So as you can see, I just typed in, and you can see that the captions changed. I'm going to click done writing, and it's going to generate AI speech. One thing that you might have noticed is this did invalidate the avatar. So the avatar now is just an image again. That's totally okay. Once the AI speech is done generating, you can just regenerate that avatar,
Cool.
and it will be no big deal.
Al, we got a great question from the chat, if you don't mind me throwing it your way.
Yeah.
So obviously Descript added this cool B-roll, like we saw that cartoon with like the claymation cartoon, stuff like that. But Vidal in the chat said, so, oh wait, no, I picked the wrong thing. Let me grab it. This is cool, but how do you incorporate like real Excel screenshots in there, not cartoon? Like, how would I put my own material into this video?
Yeah, great call. So say you wanted to update this to a different image. You can just go to your project and upload a file here from your computer that's just a screenshot. And then you're going to click on the image here of the AI generated image, and you're going to hit replace media. And if you hit change source here, the only sources we have right now are the two assets currently in my project. But once you upload another file, you can just change the source to that other file, and then that will be the one that is showing at this point.
Cool. Yeah. Folks, adding your own media, whether it's like a different video or your logo or an image, is as easy as like dragging and dropping onto your Descript. It's super simple. So, but yeah, I love that this like fights against the blank page problem. Like it gives you something and then you can customize it from there, which is great.
Yep, exactly.
Cool.
So I think that is all I want to talk about for the AI video maker. If you have any questions about this, drop them in the chat. And I'm going to move on to a different use case, but yeah, drop any questions you have in the chat.
Yeah, definitely. We've got some good questions here. So I'll save them for Q&A if you want to keep going, because I know we've got a few more things to hit.
Yeah. And feel free, Christiana, to just like stop me when.
Totally.
Okay, cool. Great.
So what's next? What are we talking about now?
So I want to show y'all something really cool, which is how to take a training video and add an avatar to it. So let's say that Kathy here, doesn't work at the company anymore, and we don't really want to use a video that she recorded. So what you can do, it's really cool. On the speaker label, you can click assign avatar to Kathy. And you can either generate an avatar from a text prompt here, which is a new thing that we released, which is very exciting.
Cool.
Or you can choose a gallery, an avatar from our gallery, or maybe you have an avatar image or an image of someone that you want to use. You can click right here and upload it yourself. I would like to use an avatar from our gallery. I'm going to use this woman.
Wait, Al, could
And-
I stop you really quick?
Sure, please.
Just because you just mentioned how you can upload any image to make an avatar, and there's been a few questions in the chat like, can I make my own avatar? Can I use my own picture to make an avatar? So could you just kind of explain that again and talk through the options?
Definitely. Yeah. So the options here are you can generate an avatar from a text prompt. So say like a woman with curly hair, that's in the kind of help text here.
Cool.
And then those images, you'll get 3 images here and you can choose one of them. And it doesn't, you won't get charged like for the image generation like you would if you generated an image through like the AI action.
Okay.
You can also choose an avatar from our gallery here. So we have some different artistic visuals here, and then we have a number of realistic looking people.
Yep.
And then, yeah, if you click anywhere on this box, it will pull up, which I don't think y'all will see. Do you see this dialog box of
I don't
my
think so.
desktop?
No.
Okay, yeah. So the screen share won't work, but basically when you click on this gray square, it shows a it just brings up like the files from my computer, and I can select one that I want to use and it will upload it into this section. One thing to note about custom avatars is they work best if you, similar to how these avatars look in the gallery, it works best if you have someone who is kind of like shaped like a headshot, so is relatively close up and looking directly at the camera, and they have kind of a softer expression. You don't want someone that's like fully smiling because then the avatar that's generated might look a little off.
Yep.
So try and get a photo of yourself or whoever you would like to use of someone in kind of like a neutral expression.
Awesome. Cool. Love it. So
Great.
yes, you can make your own avatars. So awesome.
Mhm.
Cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Carry on.
So I accessed here from the speaker label. I clicked on the avatar that I want. I'm going to click assign avatar. And what that does is every instance in the video where Kathy was now has been replaced with an avatar. And if we go into the scene here, we can see that Kathy's video is still here. It hasn't been deleted. It's just now hidden.
Yeah.
And if I, for some reason, change my mind and I'm like, oh, I don't like this avatar, or someone says, I don't like that avatar, that's okay. You can just unhide it and judge the video to kind of get it back to where you want. But this is a really cool way to, make videos really much easier to update because you now have an avatar. So
you don't have to re-record if you had to make an edit. Cool.
Exactly. Yeah, it's really amazing.
Love it.
So I think I have here I want to show y'all. Okay, I'm going to click share this tab instead. Can y'all see? I'm going to click play. Hopefully you can hear this.
Hi everyone, Kathy here, ready to dive in and
Can y'all see the played video?
It was a little bit choppy and the audio was a little chipmunky again, but we did see Descript. Yeah, I know. It's unfortunate.
Very unfortunate. Okay, let's see.
As you all know, we've proudly been a hybrid work environment since our company was founded 20 years ago.
So this is the generated avatar, and that is actually Kathy's voice. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a fun way to use avatars. Okay. And then next I wanted to show y'all a little bit about translation. That is our next topic.
Love it.
I'm just going to show y'all the after since we're coming up on time here. So this is that same video of Kathy, and I wanted to translate it into Dutch, French, and Spanish. So what I can do is I can go to our newly renamed, oh shoot, I thought I was sharing my screen and I wasn't.
No worries. Sorry, I should have.
No. Okay. So what I can do is go to our newly renamed AI Actions tab, go to Translate down here. And what I can do is I can actually translate in bulk to a bunch of different languages, which is really cool. It makes it super fast. And then you can also dub into any of those languages. So get like a really nice AI voice, or you can use your custom voice if you would like. One thing that I really recommend is for some languages, we have these recommended for, and then the name of the language. And these voices were created specifically to have native sounding accents. So someone who is listening, who natively speaks that language, they'll feel just a little bit more, they'll be less distracted by an accent or by some like weird audio and pronunciation issues. So highly recommend using like these voices. I did that here for the different translations that I created for Dutch and French and Spanish. I'll play the French one because we have heard from a lot of Parisians that our French speakers are actually they sound really good. So I'm just going to play this for y'all.
Salut tout le monde! Cathy ici, prête à plonger et à parler de ce à quoi s'attendre alors que nous passons d'un environnement de travail hybride à un bureau entièrement en présentiel.
Nice.
Pretty
So
awesome.
as you can see, it updates the captions and then also is the beautiful new voice.
So great. Super great for folks that work on international teams too, where maybe they are making training content for the States and also for folks in Europe or Asia or wherever. So I love this feature.
Same. And then last thing I wanted to show y'all was creating clips for microlearning. Realized I didn't show that, but that is the last thing. And then we can hop into Q&A.
Love it.
So what I wanted to do was I just wanted to show y'all that I used like our AI actions here to just go to create clips. And when you click create clips, so this is the webinar that we did, and you can choose the number of clips, the clip duration, and if you want, you can select an optional topic. And so what Underlord will do is it will look at based on your script, it will choose clips that are the topic that you have selected. So I actually already did this, and Underlord created some great clips. One was about empowering student voices, the transformative power of tech in education. So this is a clip from our season 9 events that I'll just play here real quick.
Up creation and video to students who literally didn't have a voice or couldn't talk. That gives me goosebumps to think about as a teacher that it's possible with this. And I know there's nefarious uses and we're all worried about those too, but that's everything with technology. It can be used either way.
Nice. So this was a clip about avatars and how they can be really accessible and used for some really, really cool things in education.
Love it. Cool. Yeah, and that's a great thing that you could post on social media or send in Slack to promote the larger piece of content you're making. It's awesome.
Or use as clips for microlearning and put in your LMS or wherever you are hosting your microlearning. So it doesn't necessarily have to just be for social media.
Totally. Right. Yes. I meant in addition to that. My marketer brain is
I know.
it's too strong, too powerful. Okay. Love it. Al, I'm going to use this question in the chat as a well-timed plug. Will you be creating instructional video for these new features? Where can people after this event continue to learn and get better?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have a lot of instructional videos actually, let me share my screen and show you. Within Descript itself, we have something called Learn Descript, which is a tab on kind of like the drive view. And within Learn Descript, we have a bunch of how to make videos with avatars, how to make an audio podcast, how to create a highlight reel, all this great stuff. So definitely take a look here. We have things that are a little more use case focused, like how to create a training video from scratch, how to make a video from a webinar. All of the use cases that we have talked about today are either in here already or we are working to create.
Totally. Yes. That is a great thing to plug. I love Learn Descript, and also our help center is just amazing. Marcelo's team, our EDU team, has made a bunch of amazing like articles that you can read if that's your thing, step-by-step guides. Also, there's a lot of tutorial videos in there, so check that out. That is my best friend for when I'm learning a new feature. So want to plug that for sure. And then the next thing I want to plug before we jump into Q&A is our community Discord. We've got this is an old pop-up. We've got like 20,000 folks that have joined, a few thousand like really active folks that hang out in the Discord and ask questions, give tips. We have a channel just dedicated to feedback on Underlord while it's in beta to help us make this thing better. So yeah, definitely would love to have folks join us in there. And Marcelo does office hours every Wednesday in the Discord. So if you have specific questions about anything we covered today or anything else, the Discord is a really good place to go.
Definitely.
Yeah. And the last thing is just going to bring this up one more time. We would love your feedback on the event we just did. Our content is over. We're going to jump into Q&A. But yeah, let us know how we did today on that demo, on the intro slides, everything, because we will do more and more of these. And we want to get better. So please.
I also particularly would love to know, we have some like generating things during the demo. If you have any ideas or things you would prefer that we talk about during generation, would specifically love feedback on that, because that's something that, we're just going to have to keep dealing with, and would love to know, like, if this, was it smooth? Was it not? Yeah, would love feedback there.
Cool. Love it. Okay, so we've got about 10 minutes left. Send your questions in the chat and we'll answer them live. I know Marcelo has also been hitting every question as we go. So yeah, but throw your last questions for Al here in the chat, but I've got a couple, so I'll throw them your way. Cool. So you showed us uploading your own image to make a custom avatar. We've also talked a little bit about custom AI voices. You showed how to apply your own voice. So could you talk a little bit about how to make your own AI speaker in Descript?
Yes, I actually forgot to show a use case. So this is a really great way for me to do that. So many things that we were trying to hit today. I love it. Let me pull up this demo real quick. And yeah, so basically in Descript, we have this amazing thing called voice clone. And what you can do is you read from a script. It's a little bit of a permission statement along with just some training. And based on that audio, Descript will create a voice clone for you. And what that is it's an AI voice and it sounds like you. It's really amazing. And I'm going to show you real quick here. Boop, boop, boop. I'm going to show you updating a training video. Sorry, lots of tabs right now. Cool. Okay, so this is a training video, and this is me. Sorry, that's a really cute facial description, but facial expression. But anyway, so when you have an AI voice, so let me just play this audio for you real quick.
Humpback whale calls can travel up to 10,000 miles.
So this is my real audio. This is me talking. Let's say that, what's a good one? Oh yeah. So blue whales, if you didn't know, I'm going to play this for you.
Is the largest animal ever to have known existed. Bigger than even dinosaurs, some blue whales.
So let's say that I actually flubbed, or maybe new research came out that blue whales weren't bigger than some forms of T-Rexes. What I can do here is I can say, I can highlight what I want to change, and I can click regenerate. And what this will do is it will allow me to type into the script, and the additions will be using my voice clone. So I can say dinosaurs except for T-Rex and click regenerate. And you can see it's generating AI speech. It's using my voice. Let's see, it shouldn't take too long here.
Well, while it does that, but could you explain, so basically in order to empower Descript to clone your voice so it could use that, you just had to give a little bit of training data. It took probably less than a minute. And only you own your voice and can use your voice, unless Al decided she and I are working on a project together. She's going to share it with me, Christiana, so I can edit with her voice, but you own it.
Yes. So I have to explicitly give permission to someone if I want to allow them to use my voice clone, because obviously that gives her permission to make me sound like I'm saying something that I didn't actually say. So definitely only want to share with like trusted individuals. But yeah, let me show you this regeneration here.
And even dinosaurs except for T-Rex. Some blue whales.
Sounds pretty good. So voice clones are really powerful to update existing content. I know people who have gotten subject matter experts to create a voice clone in Descript, so then the L&D professional can update or judge their script to make sure it's accurate, to make sure they're saying the right words. You can change any words that you need to in order to make it sound the best and make sure you're sharing accurate information.
Cool. Awesome. So just to like drill this one home, someone asked, can I create an avatar of myself and use my own voice? So we covered that. You can upload your headshot and then you will be an avatar in Descript, and you could use your actual speaking voice, or you could make an AI speaker from your voice. So you could essentially make video with you on screen, Al, and never have to turn on your camera again. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah, that's correct. And we use the AI video maker, and the AI video maker is a specific guided flow. And so it doesn't always, have all of the options. So if you wanted to create a completely customized avatar, what you can do is you can click this button on the drive view here called Create with AI Speaker. And when you do that, you can see that I have the option to use my custom voice. See, it says custom right here. So I'm going to click it. I'm going to choose speaker, and then I can also upload a photo of me, and I can click this and it will allow me to upload a photo. And I just want to show y'all what this looks like. So when I've assigned an avatar and I have my voice, what the next thing I'll be prompted to do is to start typing. So hello, my name is Al. And then you're in write mode here. So you click done writing, and then that's when it will start generating your AI speech. And then you can click generate avatar once you are done. And then really quickly, I want to plug this new AI action that we have called Quick Design. And what this does is it takes a single scene video like this with my avatar, and it does everything that the AI video maker does. When you click it, it takes you through this process of adding visuals and just making it look really pretty. And so you can use that in order to get exactly what we showed you of a really just like nicely polished looking video, at least something to start from. And then you can go in and update the visuals as you like.
Awesome. Cool. That's cool. I hadn't seen that yet.
I love it. I'm so obsessed with quick design. I use it all the time.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be using that. Okay, let's hit a couple more questions here. D Green asks, is there a limit to how long the generated videos can be? So avatar videos.
Yes. So with AI Video Maker, the limit is, I believe, 300 words for creating the video itself. But then after the video is created, what you can do is just go into write mode, continue working, or use quick design. And quick design doesn't have those parameters. For avatars, the limit right now is 12 minutes for an avatar video. We are working to make that longer because I know y'all have longer trainings that you want to use avatars for. Right now, it's just like new technology that we are, working to continually improve. So 12 minutes is the length there.
Awesome. Thank you. Here is a comment over from LinkedIn. Love to see that. Shout out LinkedIn user. So I've done my cloning of my own voice. What I wanted to do was upload a character card, which is literally a branded Ace of Hearts anthropomorphic cat. So like a cartoon. This person has a cartoon they want to upload. Could they turn that into an avatar? Could you upload like an illustration or something like that to use?
You can, but the avatar technology is created to recognize human faces. And so you can get some really creepy results if you try and use a something that looks like a cat face. Like if it's a cat that looks like it's a human face, so like if you had, the shape of your face, eyes, nose, and mouth that look like a human with like cat ears and maybe whiskers, that would be anthropomorphic enough to work. But if the face looks more like a cat itself and is a little more squished, has kind of a triangle nose, whatever, then you're likely to get a not very good generation. So really the generation works best with something that looks like it has a human face. Like I didn't show it, but we actually have a fire hydrant with a face as one of our avatars in the gallery. And so because the fire hydrant has a human-like face, it can generate okay. So you just need to make sure that the human face looks pretty human.
Yep. Got it. Cool. So basically try it out. Mileage may vary, and let us know how you fare. And then last question here, it came in French. Luckily, my 2 years of college French is helping me out here. This question is, we showed creating our overdub voices or our AI speaker voices. That was all in English though. Do we support AI speakers in other languages, Al? Like this person is asking about French or German or whatever. Do we support that?
We do. This is what I would recommend. I would recommend creating a voice clone. And if you are using the feature in French, your script is probably going to be in French. You're going to write in French. And so I would recommend using a voice clone so that it sounds a bit more native and sounds like you. You can use our AI speakers for French. They just aren't there might be some ways where the pronunciation is a little bit off. And then what we are going to do is we are going to have avatars and translation available very soon. And that will allow you to use some of our like recommended speakers. But until then, I would probably recommend using a voice clone so that your voice sounds like as natively pronunciation accurate as possible.
Awesome. Cool. Okay, well, we are exactly at time here. So I'm going to close us down. But thank you, everybody, so much for joining us today. This has been How to Power Your Training Videos with AI and Avatars. You just learned a lot of awesome Descript features, including Underlord, AI avatars, using stock AI speakers, Descript's AI video maker, and then our translation features. And Al, you led us through all of those valiantly. Thank you very much for leading our demo today, and for all of your work getting these things out into the world. It's been really awesome to see. We didn't have most of these features a year ago. Maybe not any of them. So
I don't think we had any of them a year ago. Yeah.
It's pretty exciting. And yeah, obviously this is great for a lot of things, people being able to make more content, but also just accessibility and empowering everyone to make video, even if they don't want to be on camera, which I love. So thank you. Thank you, Marcelo, for being in the chat and answering all of those questions. This event is recorded. You could rewatch it anytime on YouTube, and we'll send it in the follow-up email as well. Reach out to us on social. Let us know how trying out these features went for you. And yeah, we'll see you at the next event.